Hey guys, what's up? It's me, BucketPonds, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Pond Snail Aquarium that we set up in a previous video. It's doing really well. It's become a traditional bucket pond style aquarium, and that makes me really happy. You saw how easy it was to set up. You saw how quick it was. I didn't cycle anything. I just ran with it, and it came out great. So take a minute, watch the video. I'm going to narrate it the entire time with some background music that I personally made myself. And yeah, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Now this is a video that I shot in portrait mode, just because the tank looks so nice like this. Here we go. As you can see, everything's doing pretty well. That snow globe effect is actually my detritus worms and paramecium swimming around. You can see that pink marble that I put in there at the beginning to help add a little calcium to the water over time. There's a pond snail there, and another up there next to him. They were the main focus of this project, our special species, if you will, and we ordered them from Puerto Rico. But they are doing pretty good. I just want to say thank you to everyone that ordered some stuff from my Etsy shop. You basically funded my purchase of these snails, and I'm very grateful. And that's why I put an update video up here, because it's important to me that y'all know that the snails are doing good. The money went to a good place. And yeah, they're very happy. And in some ways, they're kind of like our snails together, or, you know, they belong to the channel, I would say. But they are doing well. I'm trying to get them to breed. They are in here with some bladder snails and some other creatures, my paramecium and detritus worms, and even some lymnaea and some other things. But here we go. I put a lid on top of the tank because an Etsy customer had mentioned that some of their snails were trying to climb out. And I've had that happen once or twice, so I figured this was a good fix right here. It's just a simple little candy dish or something, but it happened to fit right over top of my jar. And it kind of looks like a glass mushroom or something. I think it's pretty nice. Now the creeping Jenny in there, it does look pretty bad. It looks wilted, but that can happen anytime you throw something into the water. Generally, when you throw a plant in water, it will wilt, it will melt. And if it has an aquatic form or like a water adaptation, that's when it will grow those new leaves and show that adaptation. Yeah, the tank looks good though. The lid works. I will have to take it off eventually for the plants to keep growing, but for now, getting everything started, it's a good idea. And the snails seem to crawl out less when they have a good planted tank going, you know, established planted tank. But for now, as we start up, this is doing pretty good. I think this vase is like less than 2 months old. It's pretty new still. And you saw how I set it up. I took a grand total of just a few minutes. Very low cost. If I had used a plastic bottle, like an old 2-liter or something, the cost would have been even cheaper. Here we go. You can see some of the snails just crawling around. That one guy in the middle up there, that's a bladder snail, and another bladder snail there, to help you see the difference between them and the pond snails. But that guy in the middle up there on that stick, he seems to have a calcium deficiency. The pond snails, they arrived like that. Wherever they were collected from there in Puerto Rico, they are having a little bit of a calcium problem. It causes white spots in their shells and makes their shell kind of brittle. But otherwise they are healthy, and I believe they can come back from the calcium issues. If not, then their children will, and we'll be okay. But I am very, very happy with these snails. I'm very happy with this little tank. With the way that my grow lights are, I use a purple grow light and a white floodlight, both inexpensive and pretty cheap. And this tank's responding well. The purple light just looks so interesting there with the snow globe effect of all the creatures inside. Now this is basically one of my water garden kits, or my pond in a jar kit. I didn't include any Nutella in this project because I wanted to see, you know, very clearly what was going on inside. But it's worked out well. And in retrospect, maybe I should have added a little Nutella. Maybe we will one day. Alright, there's a better look at that marble. Now, I put this in because it will slowly leach calcium into the water. It will help a little bit with the shell issues. And I believe that the calcium-rich foods that I feed help out as well, like cucumbers and some other things. Romaine lettuce and things like that. I also occasionally give them some fish flakes, but I wouldn't advise that. It can make your tank very messy. Fish flakes carry a lot of protein, and you tend to get a film on the surface if you don't have a filter. Now, I've watched other videos on YouTube, other channels, and I suppose that I should mention that this is a no-filter tank. This is no pump, no CO2, no fertilizers, none of that stuff. I see tons of videos out there where that's their entire titles: no filter, no CO2, blah, 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 blah. That used to impress me, but at this point, it's just something I'm used to. I run a couple tanks with no filtration at all. I actually run several dozen smaller tanks with no filtration. I have yet to set up a fish tank, a true fish tank, without a filter on it, but one day. Here you can see the worms really well, and those smaller dots are paramecium. I would like to get an actual species identification of my detritus worms and the smaller creatures, but I really need a microscope for that. So if you would like to maybe support the shop and order a little something from my Etsy store, I'll be able to afford some kind of decent USB, Bluetooth powered microscope. And if you have any suggestions for a good low budget microscope, I would be interested in hearing them as well. But I think that would be good for the channel, right guys? And yeah, you can see the snails just cruising around. I've stopped speeding up my videos like I used to because it seemed to make people confused and they think that my snails were very fast. So this is just a true speed here. You can see, they're pretty quick, but no speed effects added. But yeah, guys, this is one of my favorite new aquariums. Total cost of just a couple dollars. If you were going to buy a water garden kit from me and build this yourself, with shipping and everything, it would be like 30-40 bucks. In that case, I would suggest that you do what one of my newer customers did. They bought a 1-gallon fish bowl, and they started from there. I think that's a great idea. You fill it up about halfway, you add all the contents and the stem plants and the floating plants and all that stuff, and sooner or later you'll have a nice tank. Here's a quick look at the floating plants and some of the emergent plants, the Wooddelia and Dayflower, the Creeping Jenny, excuse me. Sorry about the stability of this clip. I just wanted to make sure that you saw this and prove that the plants were alive, But yeah, guys, thanks so much. My name's BucketPonds. Please check my other channel, or please check my other videos on my channel. Please like and subscribe. It helps a lot with YouTube's algorithms, and I need the boost. Someone said that my videos are rapidly approaching or increasing in quality, and I agree. Thank you so much. I'm getting better at doing this, and I'm glad to entertain you guys for a little while. And anytime you want to talk tanks, you want to talk snails, any of that stuff, shoot me a line in the comments. BucketPonds@gmail. Pretty sure you can email me if you got any ideas. And otherwise, I'm around. I'm on Pinterest, and I might get on Instagram or Twitter one day. I don't know. But thanks so much for watching. I hope the portrait style video works out for you. It might not look too great on a PC, but on mobile it should look pretty cool. So thanks again, and hey, happy aquariums, man.